find yourself constantly starting something and then stopping, starting going to the gym and then stopping, starting that new business idea and then, if that's you, then this video is for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Zia, Build the Business You Love. Nice to meet you. And I actually help women to turn their God-given gifts into a business. I help you guys to reset your mind to start to think like a producer and not like a consumer. So, things that you may be passionate about or have experience in, or even have done at work or have learned at work, even if you have trauma, I help you guys to turn your madness into a message. Hello. And today we're going to be talking about how and why you keep starting and stopping and what you need to do about it. Because we're trying to get from step A to step Z. We're not trying to stop in the middle, okay? We got to keep the momentum going, okay? And if you haven't followed me on whatever platform you're watching this on, be sure to follow me. Now, if you've ever said to yourself, new year, new me, let's go, and you're so excited, and then a week later, you hit this low, and you're just totally over it, you're not alone. Because that's not you just being inconsistent, it's psychology. You are actually in an emotional phase. And we're going to talk about these phases today. We go through phases through any time we start to change something in our lives. We go through these phases. And if you don't recognize them, you'll be quitting in the same spot over and over again and not knowing why, thinking that it's you procrastinating, overthinking, and doing all of the things. But if you do, I'm going to teach you guys how to push through. So today I'm going to be breaking down the 5 phases of change as it relates to business and as it relates to you as a person. Because if you keep starting and stopping, I'm going to give you guys one simple thing you could do at each phase where you can fight back and keep yourself going. So the first phase, guys, is uninformed optimism. Uninformed optimism is like the honeymoon phase of the relationship. Everything is good, smushy, smushy, kissy, kissy, right? You're all hyped up and you're excited because the only thing you can see are the positives. You don't see any downside to this idea, to you going back to school, to you losing weight. And you're not thinking about all the things that comes with it. You're not thinking about the hard part and the work that you have to put in, right? You decide to start a business, for example. You're already imagining yourself at the grand opening. You see the money coming in. You might be at the cash register in your head, as you should be, looking at the freedom that this business can give you. You're on Instagram looking at logos and decor, and you've even filled out the paperwork, possibly, right? At this stage, you're overestimating the rewards and underestimating the work that you have to put in. And this is why it feels so good. At this point, one of the things that you need to do is actually write down your vision while your energy is still high. Journal it. Make a vision board. Capture that excitement, because when it fades, you'll need something to remind you why you started in the first place. This is why people always say, know your why. Now, this is phase 2. Informed pessimism, okay? This is when the shine starts to wear off and reality starts to set in just a little bit. This is when you're wearing those sneakers and they start to crease a little bit. And you start to realize starting a business might mean, okay, zoning laws, LLCs, corporations, EINs, websites, marketing, late nights. And suddenly it's not so cute. It's not as cute as it looked on Instagram. And here is where that doubt starts to creep in. Here is when you start saying things like, maybe I should wait until the kids are a little older, or maybe I should wait until I get all my ducks in a row. Yeah. And these reasons may be completely valid in your head. What I want you to do at this point is write down your why in detail, why it matters to you right now. Why not later? Why not next year? Why do it now? Put it somewhere where you'll see it every day, and somewhere where you'll see it when you want to quit. Your why has to be bigger than the work. And always remember, if you know your why, the how is easy. Now, before we go into step number 3, excuse my posty notes, I've been working. I want to introduce you to my Build the Business You Love Academy that takes the guesswork out of business startup, okay? If you guys were ever interested in event space startup, okay, the course is in here that's helped dozens of people to start. And if you were ever interested in actually starting a business, any type of business, or creating a digital product, that course is here as well. So I just wanted to highlight exactly what I have for you, if you're interested in actually starting a business, actually doing something about it. I also have a calendar here where we meet weekly, okay? And you can attend orientation. So I take you through exactly, and I created this community so that you feel comfortable and you can get that momentum going while you are excited in phase 1, okay? If you're interested, be sure to click the link somewhere in the description or in the bio, and I'd be happy to have you guys in the community. Now, back to stage 3. Stage 3 is the valley of despair. Ooh, it sounds crazy, right? It sounds really like, But this is the hardest part, okay? That's why it sounds kind of eerie. This is where most people quit. Finito, done. It's over. The idea is dead. It feels heavy. It feels lonely. It feels like you're getting nowhere. I'm going to show you what this looks like. This looks like you've already spent money on that LLC. You've done all of the things for the business. Maybe you've purchased some supply. You've met with vendors. You've even purchased some samples. You created your website. And things are slow. You've launched a product. You got crickets. It feels embarrassing. It feels frustrating. And it feels exhausting. And in your head, this is not where it's supposed to be. In your head, you are at the cash register bringing in coins. So what is going on? Right now, you're hitting that emotional low. You feel like a failure. This is the stage where most people disappear. They quit. They say, this business, this thing isn't for me. This is where community comes in place. This is where community matters. I want you guys to journal your frustrations. Yes, but don't stay in isolation. Plug into a group like the Build the Business You Love Academy, okay? Get accountability. Talk it out. Even small wins, guys. Even if I don't know, if you've gotten your LLC or you've gotten your EIN, maybe you've secured some funding. Every win is not a monetary win because you have to get there before you get to the monetary win. Maybe you've done your website. We celebrate all wins, monetary and non-monetary. If something clicks in your head and you say, I had an epiphany, I had an aha moment, that is a win. If you finished a task, made a call, showing up for a client, right? You can create momentum off of this. In this stage, you have to fight back like you Tyson back in the 90s, okay? With connection and consistency, not with perfection. On to stage 4. Now you got to push through the dip and start seeing progress again, okay? Now your optimism is based on experience, not hype. It's based on testimonials. It's based on things that you've been through. All of that, those aha moments and all of those wins, those are going to come together in your head because you figured out your booking system. You got that repeat client. You sold your first digital product, right? And now you know it's possible because you've lived through it. So you know that you can do it. You know it's possible. You believe that you can do it. And when this happens, your confidence grows because you survived the struggle and you trust yourself more. In this section, I want you to document your wins, okay? Journal them, screenshot them, write them on sticky notes. Your progress trains your brain to believe you, so then you're going to keep going. Step 5 is success and fulfillment. This is where consistency pays off, okay? You don't just start anymore, you finish, okay? You start to get booked out, you start to sell out, and you bring in an extra income, and you can breathe knowing that you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You trust yourself more, and you're not chasing the hype anymore, and you're living proof that you can push through that valley. And the truth is, you go through these 5 steps every time you want to make a change. But the old you is going to fight you, okay? So you got to fight back. But you got to know what you're fighting. You can't be at war with something that you don't know you're at war with and expect to win. So if you're tired of starting and stopping and you want more information like this, realistic stuff that hits hard, because I understand, I want you to join the Build the Business You Love community. And if you're already in the community, I want you guys to come to class because I'm holding you accountable. I'm Zia, build the business you love, and I got y'all, okay? And you have to finish what you start because you know that you really want it and you know you need it. Let's go.